Rob here at etrailer.com, and today you're going to be taking a look at the Curt T-Connector vehicle wiring harness with a 4-pole flat trailer connector on our 2011 Honda Odyssey. And here's what our wiring is going to look like once we have it installed. It is going to provide us with a 4-pole flat trailer connector so we can have all the lights required to get us down the road safely when we're towing a trailer, like our tail lights, our turn signals, and our brake lights. Now our wiring is going to have a dust cover on it, so it's going to help protect any kind of dirt and debris from getting inside, making sure that our connector is going to be clean. However, it is designed to stay on the inside of the car until we're ready to use it. So we can just simply open up our hatch, and we can wind up all of our excess wire, and we can keep it back here in our cargo area. Then whenever we do want to use it, we'll just drop our wire down so we got enough room to reach our hitch. Just want to make sure that the wire is on the weather stripping but away from the actual latch mechanism itself. The weather stripping is going to have enough give to where it's not going to damage the wire. We can simply just lay it down, again staying away from the hatch and the latch on it. We'll be able to close it and it'll be perfectly fine. Now what I really like about our wiring is that it is made specifically for our Odyssey, so it's only going to have one connection that we're going to have to make. We'll take a few panels loose and then we're going to have a plug that's just going to plug directly in. We're not going to have to cut or splice any kind of wires or worry about taking the tail lights out. Also, our wiring is going to have a converter box, which is going to do two things. It's going to take the signal from our van and turn it into a working signal for our trailer, but it's also going to protect our Odyssey. If there's any problems that may arise on the trailer end, or we get a short, we don't want it to start causing any damage, so that box is going to prevent any kind of backfeeding and any kind of damage to our electrical system. Now, even though our wiring is designed to stay on the inside, a lot of our customers would rather prefer it to be by their hitch on the outside all the time, which is perfectly fine. We have plenty of wire with our wiring kit that if we find a spot to pass through the trunk here, we can route it down to the bottom and we'll have plenty of room. I do suggest picking up a mounting bracket if you are going to do that, and you can find those here at etrailer.com. But now that we've seen the end result of our wiring and gone over some of the features, let's get it installed together. To begin our installation, we want to open up the rear hatch. And we're going to come inside and we're going to come right to the threshold panel here. We're going to pull that out, but before we can, we're going to have a tie-down hook that's going to be in the inside on each side of our panel here. You'll have your tie-down hook like this. We should be able to just grab it with our finger and turn it counterclockwise. However, if it's really tight, you might want to take a paper towel and get a pair of pliers so we don't mar it up. But you're going to want to unthread each side until you can get it all the way out and pull both of them out. And once you have both those removed, you want to come to the very bottom of the panel and you're going to lift up, kind of work your way across. You get all the clips released. And once all of them are released and the panel will come out, we'll go ahead and set it aside. Now if we move over to the side panel on the driver's side, we're going to have another tie-down hook. It's going to work the same way. We just want to grab it and unscrew it. We'll go ahead and pull this one all the way out, but we're not going to have to remove the one on the passenger side. Now if we move forward into the cargo area on the driver's side, right before the rear seat, we're going to have this panel right here. There's a little small notch in there. We're going to flat blade screwdriver, put it in the notch. We're going to pry that panel open, and then it'll give us access to the fuse panel in here, as well as the plug that we're going to plug our harness into. So to make it easy for us to get to that panel inside, I'm going to start at my weather stripping here. I'm going to start peeling it back just a little bit. And that'll give me access to behind this panel here. And we just want to pull that panel away so we can get our hand back here and start feeding everything through. We don't need to fully remove it. We just want a good amount of space so we can get in here and work. So we'll start at the bottom. We'll just start gently pulling until the clips release. And we have a little bit of room so we can get in here and start working with everything. So we're going to grab our new harness now. We're going to find the plug that looks like this, and we're going to feed it in through behind the panel here until we can get it to come out right where we took that fuse panel cover off at. So I'm just going to start feeding it in through the top section here just so I can get access to everything. And we'll reach in from inside. Then we can get our plug out there. Now our plug, if we look at our fuse panel, we're going to have a large section right here at the bottom. That's right where our plug is going to plug into. So we just want to plug it in, give it a quick tug, make sure it actually locked into place. We can then move back behind our panel and we can start mounting our converter box and finishing all our connections. When it comes time to mount your converter box, obviously you want to make sure you have enough room. You want to plug it in first to figure out where you can put this, but then in your kit they are going to provide you with some double-sided foam tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foam tape, I'm going to take the backing off of one side, I'm going to stick it directly to the converter box. I'll remove the backing off the other side. Then I'm going to find a nice flat spot behind our panels that'll be out of the way that I can stick it to. Just find a nice flat spot right here. It's not going to interfere with anything. And we'll just push the converter box till it sticks. Now we're also going to have a white wire with a ring terminal on it. This is going to be our ground wire. So we're either going to find a factory ground spot or a nice flat spot with some sheet metal. So I'm going to come right here behind the panel, because here's where our panel is going to sit. That way it'll be out of the way, but still be easily accessible. I'll take the provided self-tapping screw that comes in our kit, along with a 1/4-inch nut driver. I'm going to go right into the body here. And you want to make sure you put the 10-amp fuse into the fuse holder before you put all your panels back, because it is going to be rather difficult to get access to everything back here once you have all your panels in place. And once you have all your connections made, you're going to want to route your 4-pole wire at least to the bottom of this panel so it's in the trunk area, and then we can take care of it later on, but we'll start putting all of the panels back in place. On back of the panel that we removed where our fuses are, it is going to have a legend, and our kit is going to come with some more fuses. We're going to have 3 7.5 amps and 1 10-amp fuse. And we want to look on the back of our legend as well as double check our instructions, and we're going to find all the fuses that are related to a trailer. We mark trailer small light, we have trailer over here, then we have trailer back and trailer hazard. We want to put the appropriate fuses in the fuse panel, and then we can test our system. I went ahead and plugged in my 4-pole tester. That way we can test all the circuits, making sure they're working properly. If you need one of these, you can find them here at etrailer.com using part number I26. You can see my taillight functions working properly, the left turn signal, my right turn signal, and my brakes. All we have left to do now is hook up to our trailer and hit the road. But that'll finish up your look at the Curt T-Connector vehicle wiring harness with the 4-pole flat trailer connector on our 2011 Honda Odyssey.